Instant match reaction. Phew. Thank God that's over. Everton 1, Brighton 0 at Goodison Park. Listen, not the greatest game of football, not the greatest performance by Everton either. I thought we done okay in the first half, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought Bernard was really alive. He was getting the ball. He was moving, he was using his feet, he was using his skill. And I just think we tired in the second half, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I think it was an improved performance than the one on Sunday. It couldn't have been much worse, to be honest with you. And at the end of the day, we got the 3 points, and that's all that matters, isn't it? Nothing really more matters tonight is that other than that we got the win. It's onwards and upwards from now on. Obviously, like I said, the performance wasn't great. We could have had a couple of more. We should have had a couple of more. I think, like I said, in the second half, you could see that players were starting to tire. You could see that the likes of Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin didn't really get on the ball for much of the game, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. But he done okay. Richarlison, I just want to say the goal is absolutely fantastic. He does so well to not hit it first time. He does so well to have that composure, to put it back on his right foot and curl it into the bottom corner. It's absolutely fantastic. Again, though, we're being done over by a corrupt cheat of a referee. How that wasn't a penalty in the opening 5 minutes for a pullback on Theo Walcott is absolutely beyond me. VAR once again proving that doesn't get decisions right. It doesn't make the correct decision. It makes the decision that it wants to make, and it makes the decision that the FA wanted to make, whether it be right or wrong. That's how the system works. That's exactly how it works. If Theo Walcott goes down, it's a penalty. It's an absolute penalty, and it's a red card. But he doesn't go down. Still gets dragged back. Still stops him from getting a good shot on goal. He misses the shot he has, and somehow it's not a penalty. It's an absolute disgrace. I thought the referee was woeful today. He should hang his head in shame, really, and he shouldn't referee another Premier League game again. But, we got the job done. At the end of the day, we won the game, and that was all that matters. I thought the midfield today played better. Like I said, Gylfi Sigurdsson, he done okay in patches. He was getting himself about, I suppose. Give him credit when it's due. He was putting tackles in. He was intercepting balls. I think for me, the problem with the midfield, and we've seen it today, and we've seen it various times in the past, is that even if the midfield players have good games in terms of being on the ball and their passing range and using the ball well, Tom Davies today I thought was really good when he had the ball, and I thought for 70-80 minutes of the game he was absolutely fantastic. He started to shy away in the last sort of 10 minutes, but on the ball I thought he'd done really well. And Gylfi Sigurdsson, like I said, was getting himself about, but there's a massive issue with our midfield and our players when off the ball. There's not enough movement. Players don't give and go. They give and they watch and they wait. They don't anticipate where the ball's going to go next. It's almost like in their mind they think, right, okay, I've got the ball now, I'm going to give it, and that's my job done. I don't need to do anything else. There's not enough movement, and we've seen that at various times in the game when the back line had the ball, or Jordan Pickford had the ball, and there was nobody to really aim at. And I think that's why we start to play the ball around the back, because we don't necessarily want to lump it forward, but there's no clear player in the midfield who's getting about, who's running around, who's making space for himself, who's making space for other players. I just don't think Gylfi Sigurdsson and Tom Davies done that really well today. And you know what, like I said, Tom Davies had a decent game, and Gylfi, on the ball was still poor, as he's been for weeks and weeks. But okay, in patches he tried a little bit harder, and he was getting himself about, and he was putting a tackle in every now and then. But off the ball, it's not good enough whatsoever. It's too many players just watch and wait, and there's not enough movement. But Ancelotti's only been here for a couple of weeks. We all knew he didn't have a magic wand. We all knew it was never going to be, a sort of a magician show. It wasn't going to happen overnight. There's a lot of players in this team that simply aren't good enough. If we're talking about breaking forward and getting into the top 6 and challenging for the top 4, etc., which is apparently what the goals of the club are, we know there's a lot of players in this club that, definitely aren't good enough to be in the starting 11. Maybe good enough to be squad players, but definitely aren't good enough to be in the starting 11. And I think we seen that on Sunday, and I think we seen it in patches today. But the most important thing is that we went out and we got the 3 points, and that we won the game with an absolutely fantastic goal. I haven't seen the second goal again, which is VAR ruled out for a handball. There was a little bit of it shown in the ground, which doesn't look like Dominic Calvert-Lewin handballs it whatsoever. In fact, it looks like it comes off his head. But it wouldn't surprise me if it doesn't come off his hand and the referees give it, because the referee had an absolute shocker today. And VAR once again has ruined another footballing match and ruined another sort of week again, because it's dreadful. It's being used so poorly. It's for me, it's being used to determine the outcome of games, and obviously it didn't determine the outcome that it potentially wanted today, because Richarlison's goal was fantastic and won us the game. But I just think it's absolutely dreadful. They give us pressure towards the last 10-15 minutes, don't get me wrong, and they broke forward, and they tried their absolute hardest. And like I said, the second half performance I think was a mix of sort of, poor play on the ball and tiredness again. Players didn't seem to want to break forward. Bernardo was electric and absolutely fantastic in the first half, seemed to tired in the second half, didn't really want to take the man on, didn't want to break forward. Luca Dean got caught out a couple of times on that left-hand side. Seamus Coleman, props to him when he come on. He done well. I think all of the substitutions done, okay when they come on. Fabian Delph and Yerry Mina didn't have much to do, but Seamus done well. And like I said, we move on now. We move on to next week. It was a win that we so desperately needed. We probably could have done with a little bit of a better performance just to sort of get the crowd on board a little bit more. It wasn't the greatest atmosphere at Goodison Park today, but it was a win, and it's another 3 points. And at the end of the day, when you look at the table, that's all we really needed today, wasn't it? So we have to move on now. Better performance needed next week, and hopefully a similar result. But again, like you said, if you say at the start of the day, you take a 1-0 win and you don't play too well, you take the win, don't you, at the end of the day? So there you go, there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Everton 1, Brighton 0. Fantastic goal by Richarlison, but still not a great performance by Everton. But, regardless, it's a win and we move on. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.